specifically looking at it from a few different angles. I think, like you mentioned, we all have had some sort of experience with music in the past, or it might have taken us through some really, really tough and difficult times. It might remind us of some really good past experiences, but we're really going to look at it from some past experiences as well as some very interesting side notes of what does the science say, what does the research say behind it. Is there a specific reasoning for specific genres of music that has a specific impact on our lives and the things that we do and the way that we react to specific situations? And really, how can we use music to spur on personal growth? How can we actually use music to change our lives, to impact things, our moods in our lives, or the situations that we're sitting in as well? We're also going to have a look at some misinterpreted or most misinterpreted genres out there. I think that's going to be quite interesting because there's a lot of opinions that people have about heavy metal music or classical music or jazz and those type of things as well. So we'll touch a little bit more on that as well. But what we can promise you is after today's episode, you will definitely have a better understanding as to what role does music really play in our lives and how can you use that to your own advantage. How can you use that to achieve optimal results in certain scenarios, whether it is, trying to lighten your mood or trying to sit down and concentrate and focus on studying or whatever the case is.
And then the research actually says the same. It says that if you're going to listen to like upbeat music and stuff, that's not going to be good for studying. That's good for energy. But if you want to actually get good cognitive improvement, like quiet music without much lyrics, orchestral, classical music, not too complex music, really does help. Almost, it should actually just be like background noise. And I think that was my issue, is my brain fires at like 20 cylinders the whole time. So if there's like white noise, but in my case, white noise doesn't work. But if there's like background music, it flushes away like all the other voices in my head and kind of just helps me to focus on the page that I'm on. And that really helped me through a lot of my studying. And it's not that I was a bad academic. I just noticed very early on that I struggled to concentrate.
Those infomercials, where they also had a bunch of discs included that either plays classical music or waves crashing or something like that. And I still don't know if that makes a difference, but it is interesting to know that the type of sounds that you're absorbing, be it music or sound effects, there is one that actually has proven more successful. So very, very interesting, especially now that actually ties into the Baroque music that we mentioned earlier on. At the same time, there's a lot of nostalgia tied around it. Like we talk about the good old days, even when we weren't together, when we were kids and this song came up. And it really, really does just provide a very deep connection in a relationship as well. So really using that to grow your own relationship, I think, is one of my top tips that I want to leave with the audience here today. Remember to head over to rltstudios.com/show24. We're running a poll to find out if you want more. It's going to take you 2 seconds, 2 little questions. Head over to rltstudios.com/show24. Give us your feedback. We really, really want that.